Hey gems, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be doing a rebatch of my Lavender Pearl cold processed Yoni bar, which was supposed to have been a beautiful bar, but we had a huge hiccup along the way, but I've managed to save it. If you are new here, my name is Emerald and I'm a licensed esthetician in Los Angeles, and I also showcase how I provide my services and make my product here on my channel. So if that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button for me. So this bar in particular is made with organic apple cider vinegar, organic whole cloves, tea tree and lavender essential oil, lavender hydrosol, chamomile buds, and essential oil to make a soothing and aromatherapeutic bar for your Yoni. Lavender, amongst these other essential oils and herbs that I have chose, are beneficial due to their medicinal properties. Though this soap nor I make any claims, as this is not a medical product, nor am I a medical director or professional of any sort, and this product is not to be used to treat any conditions or diseases. But their properties and uses have been used in traditional medicine and reduces candida, which causes yeast infections and bacterial overgrowth and bacterial vaginosis. And they have antibacterial and antimicrobial properties, as well as help in reducing a vaginal odor that may be caused by daily life or a woman's menstrual cycle and other factors that may result in vaginal odor. But once this bar is available, I will share on my website more benefits and ingredients used. But this soap is just made to keep a woman and her lady parts clean. But you guys have saw that mixing, my lye water and the herbs and extracting everything was going well up until I added the essential oils into the batter. And look at my batter, you guys. It has extreme acceleration, and I was trying to mix everything out to get it smooth, but I ended up with really bad acceleration and soap on a stick. And I think it's just due to me using a heat transfer method. I should have just went with my regular method, which was soaping at room temperature and not using a heat transfer method, and just doing everything at a cooler temperature. But I did it, my other way, because the heat transfer method is way quicker for me. But with lavender essential oils and other oils, they should be soaked at 90 degrees or less, and I think my batter was around 100 degrees. And as you can see, I got really bad soap on the stick, and look at it. I just couldn't do nothing with it but to allow it to cool down and cut it up and let it rebatch for the next day. I had did this before a long time ago, but I did not have a crock pot then, so back then I was just throwing away my products, so the ones that went wrong. So with this, I just wait until it cooled into the next day, and I was just showing you guys like how bad it was after everything. And here's a picture of once I got tired of trying to break it up, because the next day I broke it up and cut it up even more. And that is this clip here, where I'm just trying to make it as small as possible to get ready for a soap rebatch. Soap rebatching is a process of remelting the soap using a crock pot after you have grated it down or cut up the soap. You can also add other ingredients if desired, but I added about 2 to 4 ounces of lavender hydrosol just so that I could keep the bar smelling of lavender as much as possible, as well as use it to help my soap melt and keep from scorching. Adding additional oils and colorants and fragrance, depending on which are used, can reduce lather or make the soap slimy. So I just added the hydrosol, but you can also make a whole new soap from a soap rebatch. But in my case, I already have added my essential oils and wanted this bar to remain of lavender, so I didn't opt for those options. It's a lot of videos on soap rebatches, and every more so of what I'm explaining, but in much of detail. Once your bar is to the desired consistency, you could just add the soap back into your mold. Rebatching soap gives the soap a more rustic look. It's kind of similar to a hot process. The soap doesn't always be as smooth, especially at the top, you guys. And the more water or hydrosol you add to the soap will cause your soap to become more soft, and These soaps in particular, I will probably wait another 2 to 4 weeks before I add them to my website, maybe 5. I normally let my soaps cure for 4 to 6 weeks, but I use this soap probably 2 days after doing the rebatch, and it melted. So usually with my soap, I keep 2 bars for myself and I cut them into 5 pieces, because to me it helps preserve the bar. When you leave bars of soap in the shower, the water hitting them makes them become slimy and melt away. But as you guys can see, I use the lavender hydrosol right here just to continue to help melt my soap. And the Vaseline look is how I initially wanted all my soap to look. But as you add the soap, like, I didn't want to add everything all at once because I didn't want to risk, my soap burning or anything like that. But in, a real world, I wanted, my soap to all be like this so it could be smoother into the mold. But it still turned out so good, you guys. This is like the Vaseline stage they will call in hot process soap. And hot processed soap sometimes have lumps in them. They also have like a little rusted look. And you guys will see at the end how my soaps end up turning out. The top was really lumpy, but everything else turned out great. But they were still really, really soft. But I use the soap, you guys. I always recommend as well using it with an exfoliating glove or exfoliating net to help increase the lather as well as exfoliate your skin, because y'all, people don't be out here exfoliating. Exfoliating is bae. But yeah, I'm just mixing the hydrosol in as well as melting my soap, and then probably after 45 minutes is how the soap looked. I had my crock pot on 1 hour and 30 minutes, so that's how long it took me to really get the soap how I want it to be as much as possible. And then I went in with my stick blender and I whipped everything up just to try to cut up any chunks. I didn't get every last chunk out, but I got enough out, to put it in the mold because I didn't want my soap to burn. And then I just went in and added more mica. The micas you guys saw me use in the beginning, I did just end up trashing everything. So this is just more mica added, and it's just the 2 micas you guys saw in the beginning. These are Amazon micas for soap making, because all micas are not created equal, you guys. So yeah, I'm just mixing everything, and you can see the lump in the soap. I had my crock pot on for 1 hour and 30 minutes, but I only used 1 hour and 15 minutes of that time, and my crock pot was on low. Maybe if I had it on high, it probably would have gave me a smoother soap, but like I said, I didn't want to scorch my soap. And I'm just adding poppy seeds. Next time I make this soap, I'll add more poppy seeds, because when I used it, I was like, yeah, this could use some more poppy seeds. And everything was still a little lumpy due to, the rebatching of the soap, but everything is so beautiful. This is how it turned out. It only had lumps at the top. If I had a real soap beveler, I probably would have just cut the top off with that, but I don't have one of those for my soaps right now, you guys. I'm going to get one someday, and I'm just going to show you guys some pictures of the soap. And here we go. I added some gold mica from TKB Trading on the top, and then I went in for the cut. I do currently hand cut all my soaps right now because soap cutters are almost $300, you guys. And yeah, I can't afford one right now. But you guys could see the soap was still wet and sticking together. That's why it was so hard for me to cut the soap, because it was really, really wet. So the little tan pieces you guys see is the lumps of soap that didn't fully melt, but everything else, as you can see, melted. And I'm just still showing you guys how soft the soap bar is. It was really, really soft. And I didn't show you guys me cutting the entire loaf because, I was too focused on not damaging my soap. Like, as you guys can see right here, this soap got messed up and another bar. So yeah, I had to cut a lot off camera so I could focus. And as you can see, I was showing you guys a little piece of soap. It was still really soft to where you could smush it, so I had to be really delicate cutting this soap because I did not want to have any indentations or anything like that will continue to alter my soap look, you guys. And I'm just cutting off the end piece. Sometimes I cut my end pieces off, sometimes I leave it on the bar, and whichever customer gets that bar, they have, a little bit more of soap. But I just cut it off because with the hot process, I mean, the rebatching of it, it just didn't look really appealing to me. So I just cut it off, and I'll probably use that in my shower, or, you know, give it to someone who orders some soap or products for me, you know, as a free gift. But here how the soap is looking with the gold mica. It is so beautiful. I really wanted to do a 4-color soap with this soap in particular, and we'll probably remake it, you know, once these sell out, and I'll record it for you guys. Let me know if you guys want to see me remake this soap. And as you guys can see, it is like a lavender pearl looking soap. That's why I named it Lavender Pearl. So when I remake this soap, I'll probably, you know, figure out how to get close to this color. I was going to do like a 3-colored purple soap, but as you guys can see, it didn't turn out. And this is how they looked once they all was cut, you guys. And you guys can see on my glove, like the soap is like on there, and some of the mica, because they were still really wet. But I honestly, low-key am obsessed with this soap, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a purple heart emoji if you made it this far into the video, or a soap emoji. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know any soap making options that you guys want me to create. And thank you to all my clients and customers on my Instagram page, because it was their idea to, you know, make a lavender Yoni bar, and, you know, I succeeded. It didn't come out how I wanted it to look, but next time it will. And yeah, see you in my next one.
Flexing on my exes and my Model X, pretty little skinny little bitty body.